What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Rugby channel, and today I'm going to be naming my Lions team for the 2021 Lions Tour to South Africa. Basically it's only going to be my starting 15 I think would be the best team, because otherwise it's just going to last for ages picking all these different players and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to do my starting 15 for the Lions Tour, so let's get into the video. Welcome back to another rugby video. Please make sure you go ahead and smash that like button to show your support for the channel, and if you are new, please go ahead and subscribe. We upload rugby videos every single week guaranteed, so please click the notification button so you don't miss out. Right, okay, so first up we're going to have our number one, and number one, well, we're going to start with the forwards obviously, so that being number one. We're going to have Mako Vunipola. I think, really speaking, he's probably one of the best players in his position. Obviously got a good starting place for England as well. And yeah, personally I think you guys would probably agree with that, so Mako Vunipola I'd have at 1. Number 2 then, our hooker, I was going to have Jamie George. Again, I mean, Mako Vunipola and Jamie George combined, I mean, it's a pretty good forwards lineup so far, I would say. And really speaking, it's going to be a lot of England players in this team, just because England reached the World Cup final. They look pretty good in the Six Nations as well. So going by it as of right now, that's my 2 players so far. So next up then, in at number 3, we have Tadhg Furlong. I think that's how it's said anyway. I think he's a really good player for Ireland personally. Some of you guys might disagree with that. But I think when it comes to Ireland scrums and stuff, I think he's one of the standout players. So I think by having those 2 English players and then Ireland's standout kind of like, well, scrummager, would that be a word then? Because he's in the scrum. Yeah, I would say that would be a pretty good lineup so far. Next up then at number 4, I was going to have Maro Itoje. I mean, really speaking, there wasn't really much contest there. You would want anybody would want Maro Itoje in their team. So that's why he is going to be there. In at number 5 then, obviously this might be because I'm biased, me being Welsh, but I'm going to have Alan Wyn-Jones. Mainly because he's, well, come on, it's Alan Wyn-Jones at the end of the day, you know. He's one of the best players in his position personally. He's a great leader as well. And he's somebody I feel like everybody would want him in your team, so that's why I'm having Alan Wyn-Jones. Next up at number 6, we are having Tom Curry. Again, I mean, do I really need to explain why I picked Tom Curry? Like I said, a lot of England players are going to be in this team anyway, just because England were one of the standout teams of the World Cup as well as this year so far. So yeah, needless to say, I don't really need to explain why I picked Tom Curry personally anyway. Sam Underhill then at number 7. Again, I know Sam Underhill has been injured recently, I do think, because he wasn't in the England team in the Six Nations, I don't believe. Or I don't remember him being mentioned. But he is a great player. You can rely on him when it comes to tackles and breaks. He's pretty good at turnovers as well. I remember watching him, was it Wales versus England? And Wales literally looked like they were going to score, and Sam Underhill made a try-saving tackle. And I think it was Liam Williams about to score, and he tackled him straight at the touch. So you want that sort of stuff, especially coming against the Springboks on their home turf. You'd want somebody being reliable like that. So that's why Sam Underhill's number 7. In at number 8, then we have Billy Vunipola. I think Billy Vunipola is probably one of the best players in his position. I think you guys would agree as well. You'd all kind of want him in your team as well. I mean, it wasn't really much of a competition. I was going to say Faletau, but Faletau's been out for such a long time, and he hasn't really got back onto that form that he was in, say, about 3-4 years ago. So that's why Billy Vunipola is there. Okay, so up next we've got our forwards, so this should be pretty interesting. So forwards, I think we'll start from number 9 and then go up. So scrum half, we have Conor Murray. Now personally I picked Conor Murray because I know there's obviously a lot, there's like Willie Hines, there's Rhys Webb, there's Thomas Williams, there's loads. Okay, but I wanted to pick Conor Murray just because he's got experience from that previous Lions tour. He knows what to expect, and personally I think you need kind of experience in the back line when it comes to scrum half, so that's why I picked Conor Murray. I mean, there would probably be a lot of scrum halves I could pick from, like I said. I mean, if I was to make a second choice, it would either be Willie Hines or Thomas Williams. But like I said, you've got so many choices, so that's why I'm just going with Conor Murray for now. Okay, so up next in at fly half, which is one of the biggest positions in this video I've got to name out. And I'm going to be picking Finn Russell. Now, I've only picked Finn Russell because I think he plays really well for his club anyway. And I've seen the things that he can do at club level, and I think he's really good. When he played for Scotland, I mean, he had moments where he shone and other times that he didn't shine. But I think, I mean, like, you need to have kind of like some mixed like Scottish players and stuff in this squad. So that's why I wanted to pick Finn Russell. Because otherwise I wouldn't have any Scottish players in this squad. And I think Finn Russell is probably one of the best players in Scotland besides Stuart Hogg. And Stuart Hogg's not actually in my lineup, okay? So just before I get into naming anybody else, Stuart Hogg's not there. So that's why I picked Finn Russell, because I wanted a Scottish player. I think he is good. And like I said, I just think he offers a little bit more when it comes to other areas. I know we don't get to see him for Scotland, but you know, it's no harm starting him and seeing how he gets on. If he doesn't do well, then you can bring on Sexton or Bigger or whatever. So yeah. Okay, so next up at 11, which is our winger, we have Josh Adams. So I picked Josh Adams just because he played so well in the Six Nations and the World Cup. I'm pretty sure in the World Cup he was the leading try scorer, if I remember rightly. And I just feel like he offers so much pace on the wing. He's great at sidestepping. He's great at like little manoeuvres and stuff, and scoring tries. He's there for a reason in the Wales team. So I generally think when it comes to wingers, he's one of the best wingers to have in your team. So that is why I've picked Josh Adams. Okay, so next up we have number 12. In at number 12 now, I have got Owen Farrell. Obviously, again, I think everybody would want him in your team. Owen Farrell, obviously, he plays at number 12 a lot for England. Originally started on fly half. I think having him at a number 12 position, it offers a little bit more, because obviously you could have Finn Russell then being fly half, and then Owen Farrell in at the centre. You'd have two really good kickers on your team then. And obviously Owen Farrell then working with Finn Russell, I mean, it'd be a great attacking force, surely. And he's also got experience. He's a good leader as well for England. So that's why I picked him at number 12. Okay, so next up we have number 13, and I have picked Jonathan Davis, and that's obviously depending if he is better by then, because obviously he has been injured. He's been suffering quite a few injuries lately. I picked Jonathan Davis because I generally feel that he offers experience when it comes to the Lions tours. He's done quite a few of them. I remember watching him in the 2013 tour, and he was one of the standout players. I'm pretty sure he played in the 2017 one as well, if I remember rightly, and he was pretty good in that as well, if I remember rightly anyway. And obviously, he's just a great centre. When he gets into open space and stuff, he's always looking for that backhanding offload and so on, and the steps, and he can fend people as well. So I generally feel like him and Farrell in at centre would be a pretty good partnership, because obviously you'd have Jonathan Davis making line breaks, offloading to Farrell, and then Farrell kicking, and I just think it would be a great attacking play. Okay, so for some reason I forgot about number 14. I don't actually know why. For some reason, I don't know. I just went straight from 13 to 15 in this video. So basically, my number 14 is going to be Anthony Watson. I just feel Anthony Watson is such a really good player for England. He's a brilliant winger. He's really fast and literally an open play. Having Josh Adams on the opposite side and Anthony Watson on the other, I feel like your wingers would be absolutely lethal, especially against South Africa with the likes of Mapimpi and Cheslin Colby and etc. etc. So I really think pace is going to be a massive thing when it comes to playing them, and that's why I've picked Anthony Watson. Okay, so next up is our final player, and that is fullback. Now, this is a big position to fill. We obviously had so many choices. We had like the likes of Lee Halfpenny, Liam Williams, Stuart Hogg, Elliot Daly is another one you can play there as well. There's literally just so many. So yeah, my choice is actually Liam Williams. Now that might be because I am biased being Welsh, but I generally feel Liam Williams is a pretty good player to have at fullback, to be honest with you, because he again, just like the other players, he has really good experience from previous Lions tours. He knows what to expect. He played against South Africa recently, just like the English players as well in the World Cup. And then obviously he's got that pace, he's got that flair, he can step. He looks for like breaks in the defence to run past. He can do good clearance kicking. He also can kick for goal as well. He used to kick for goal for Scarlets, from what I remember. So I just feel like he is probably one of the best players to have. There was a reason why Scarlets had him for so much money, and that's why he moved up there, and he did pretty well. So that's why I picked Liam Williams for my fullback. Okay, so before we finish the video then, is my final choice, which is captain. Now, obviously you can have so many captains in this team, but personally, at the end of the day, when I announce what captain it will be, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be the captain of that side on the day, because he might not be in the team. But as a tour captain, just like Sam Warburton in past years, I feel like this player would do really well as a tour captain, not the captain on the day, if that makes sense. So, as in captain in general, when it comes to the hotel, the accommodation, training sessions, this would be your captain, rather than on the day if that player's not in the team. So, tour captain I would pick is got to be Alan Wynne-Jones, and that is just because he's got that experience. Obviously Owen Farrell is a good shout as well, but I feel with Owen Farrell, obviously he's so young as well. Well, he's not so young, but he is young compared to Alan Wynne-Jones. And I generally feel Alan Wynne-Jones has got a better shout, just because he has been there for so long. He's done loads of Lions tours compared to Owen Farrell. I'm pretty sure he did the 2008 one as well, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did. So, like I said, I just feel like he's a better choice because he's been there, done that sort of thing. He would have the experience all around the camp. Like I said, at the end of the day, Owen Farrell could captain the starting teams, but just tour captain I generally feel should be Alan Wynne-Jones, just because of the experience and kind of like the mentality and stuff like that. So, yeah, he has got to be my captain. Okay guys, without further ado, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you did enjoy. Please make sure you go ahead and smash the like button down below to show your support. Like I said, this is just my opinion, so make sure you guys comment, let me know what your Lions starting 15 would be, and your captain for the tour, not for the game, for that whole tour itself. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. We do rugby videos every single day, guaranteed, covering all this week. I don't know when the daily videos will finish. It's obviously when I go back to work, when this quarantine stuff is all over. But yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed. Please make sure to smash the subscribe button, click that notification button so you don't miss out on any of the videos. Like and comment, and yeah, I've been Andrew. I will see you in another upload. Peace out, guys.